What's up, everybody? Anthony here, specialtymotorcars.net, and behind me you are going to see not my typical offering, but if you know me well enough, you know I do love these big full-size GM SUVs, and this one is a diamond. Beautiful 2007 GMC Yukon XL Denali, owned by an 85-year-old couple, one owner truck, just like I love to buy my town cars, but in this case, a big hulking Yukon. Anyways, gonna do a full walk around here of this Yukon. Gonna do around the outside, do around the inside, show you how nice this truck is and how nice these things can be when you find them from little old ladies, as crazy as that is. We'll bring it back to the shop, we'll do a test drive, put it up on the lift, show you the bottom side, do all the details, price, everything right here in this video, including my phone number, all that good stuff. Let's get into it. And hey, you didn't notice, I got a little bit of tan when I was on vacation last week, so let's get into it. He wants to be hot. And here she is, a beautiful one owner 2007 GMC Yukon XL Denali. I know that's a mouthful, but this is the top trimmed Yukon for the 2007 redesign. The Denali package was basically the step below an Escalade, and really this thing is kind of equipped like an Escalade. Few features that the Escalades came with that the Yukons were not available with. But this is a really unique truck, very uniquely spec'd out truck. This thing is unique in many ways. It's very uniquely spec'd out, unique color, unique ownership, unique mileage, unique condition. Everything about this screams specialty motor cars, basically. Low mileage, mama pop, nana papa ownership, and you just don't find these things as survivors anymore. I mean, think of the demographics of buyers who are out there buying new Yukon XLs, especially an XL, for their family. I mean, they were family people. These were soccer mom vehicles. These things hauled trailers. They held, 6 kids, dogs, brought them up to the family camp, and these things got the snot beat out of them. And the snot shot in them because kids blew boogers, dumped Cheerios. These things were built to be destroyed and destroyed by their inhabitants. This truck is the survivor, the very seldom found survivor version of that. And not that this was bought to be it's not a super low mileage truck. It's got 82,000 miles, but this truck was bought and owned by an older couple in Maine. When I say older, the husband who just passed was 85 years old when this truck was given up just a few months ago. It was sold back to the GMC dealer who sold it new to them. I think they did a favor for the widow to help her sell this truck, and I bought this truck from them up in Maine. This truck lived in Maine its entire life, but it hasn't been exposed to the harsh Maine weather. Honestly, this is a diamond for where the truck came from, for the type of buyers who typically, this is just a diamond that I stumbled upon. But I didn't stumble upon this thing on accident. I was actually out searching for a replacement SUV for my sister. And my sister, she has 2 SUVs. I obviously sold her both of them. She's got a 2004 Cadillac Escalade ESV that I had shipped out from California a few years back. It was supposed to be my ESV Escalade. That was before I got trusty Rusty, my other sister's red Escalade. And that was going to be my dream Escalade, a white ESV. My sister had car trouble. She had more kids on the way. She got 3 kids. And we were on vacation in one of my vans. I had that Escalade coming in, and she called me and said, Anthony, something happened with the engine in my Envoy, a high mileage Envoy she had at the time. What should we do? I said, don't worry, I got you. Got that Escalade coming in, and I ended up sacrificing my Escalade to her. Anyways, She also at the time had a Murano, and she still has that Murano. The problem is her 3 kids don't fit in the Murano. So the Murano is kind of like the around town car or truck or whatever for her husband, and everybody when they go out they take the Escalade. Well, the Murano's getting up there in age. It's getting up there in miles. We just put a transmission in a couple of years ago. It's getting real rusty, real tired, needs a lot of suspension work, needs tires. She said, Anthony, it's time for us to find another larger SUV. And I automatically went searching. And when it comes to my sisters get whatever they please. It's same with my mother. My wife, she gets whatever I bring home, but my sisters get the best. Not to say my wife doesn't get the best, because I always find her nice stuff. But my sisters, I go above and beyond to try to find the nicest vehicles I can for them. That's what you do for family, right? Anyways, so I found this truck. I didn't even ask her. I bought it. It was being auctioned off by the GMC dealer. They took it in. Obviously, it was just too old for them to showcase on their lot as a pre-owned vehicle, so they wholesaled it, and I bought the truck. Went all the way up to Maine with my dad to pick it up, drove it back. It drove beautifully. 1 owner, super clean, no kids, no pets, no dogs. And I said, this is the truck. This thing is just mint, mint, mint. Perfect for my sister. Showed it to my sister. She loved it. She loved the color. She loved the condition. There was 2 things she didn't love about this truck. Is the fact that it's got a bench in the second row instead of the captain's. Should have asked that. The ESV Escalade has the captain's, and it's a lot easier for kids to get into the back seat. And this truck doesn't have a backup camera, which I didn't think was that big of a deal, but it was an absolute deal breaker for her. So either I had to upfit this truck with a second row captain's chair set and a backup camera, or start my search over. Right around the same time this all came crashing down, I said, let's give it a little bit of time. I'll see if I can find something else. And something else immediately came up. I bought her a Navigator with all that stuff. So she's now going to be a Ford driver instead of all GM. But that only makes this available for you. And again, if it was nice enough for my sisters, it's definitely nice enough for my wife, and it would definitely be nice enough for you. So if you're looking for a big SUV like this, here it is. Beautiful color, stealth gray metallic. It's kind of like a bluish gray. Kind of reminds me of the dark green gray metallic on the Impalas, like mid-90s Impalas. Ironically, these things were built on the same assembly line down in Arlington, Texas. 1 owner, older couple. Like I said, the husband was 85 years old. He passed. The wife turned it in. Didn't need this second vehicle anymore. And I bought it. No kids, no pets, no boogers, no snots, no Cheerios have ever been inside this vehicle. So once I show you the inside, you guys are just going to absolutely adore it. Garage its entire life. Cherished, babied, not dinged, beat, scratched. Kids. It's just none of the kid stuff, none of the dog stuff, none of the family stuff. And ask me how I know, because you should see my wife's car with just 1 child and a dog. Anyways, we're going to go around the outside. I got my pointer here. We'll start up on the front. You can see absolutely perfectly crystal clear headlights. Not even a shimmer or a scuff of yellowing going on here. You can see they're even the originals. They got the GMC logo right there up on the top of the lens. Absolutely super clean. The front bumper, beautiful. I mean, it's a few little light marks, maybe from some bugs. There's not one crazy excessive abrasion on this truck on the outside. It's just absolutely spectacular. You can see that beautiful color on it, beautiful shine. I didn't even buff this truck. I clay barred it, I wiped it down, not even a coat of wax on it. And you can see how nice the shine is on this thing. Smooth as smooth can be. Got the GM Mark of Excellent badge, Denali badging. Lower doors. They even have, and I love this, the color-coded mud flaps, molded mud flaps. Obviously, they love their truck. They wanted to protect it. The other thing that I think is actually a upsell, and you can debate me down in the comments below, are these wheels. These are 18-inch wheels. Well, typically, I think you saw either 20s or 22s on this generation of Denali. The only thing with the bigger wheels is thinner sidewalls on the tires, and they ride like shit in my opinion. So these are 18-inch wheels, really unique wheel design. It's got like a kind of a polished finish on it, a little bit of corrosion inside some of the pockets. You'll see some little spider webbing of corrosion. These are the original wheels. You can see a good amount right here, but none of the wheels leak, nothing like that. But just having this bigger, fatter white sidewall on it, the 18-inch tire definitely rides better with these big SUVs. All the glass and everything is in absolutely beautiful shape. Heated side mirrors with the turn signals, power collapsing mirrors. I mean, just smooth, straight, super, super nice. Looks like a little scuff right there. Running boards, another plus, does not have power running boards. I absolutely hate power running boards. I say that as the Navigator that I bought my sister does have power running boards. They came standard with them. I hate power running boards. One, because I always feel like they're delayed, and then two, those will never break. They're never gonna not come out or get stuck out or get stuck in. Those are always gonna be there. You can jump on them, they're solid. There's no question that those running boards are going to be reliable for the entire life of the truck. So, I mean, there's not even like door chips on the moldings. I mean, nothing. No edge chips down here in this real sacred spot of these, all rust out. Absolutely clean, clean, clean. I'm not saying this truck is rust or corrosion free, but it's a very, very nice example for being in Maine its entire life. Again, you can see a few little spots in the pockets here. You can see around the valve stem, you know, some around the center caps. Tires on it are a Firestone Destination. If I remember right, the date code is not on the outside, they're on the inside. If I remember, these were date coded like 2017, 2018. They got good tread on them. They're not super chunky, super deep, but I'd say they got, I don't know, maybe 40-50% of tread life left, all matched all the way around. You know, definitely very usable, very serviceable tires. Again, you have the glare from the sun, but you have the molded mud flaps, which I love. I mean, just look at how crisp and clean these lenses are. These black pillars, I mean, they're just, usually all this stuff is all just beat. Rear bumper is in great shape. A couple little minor, little scratch there. Two little marks you can see here. I think there's supposed to be a cover over this. I'm not entirely sure. I know there was one on my wife's 08 Escalade. I'm not sure if that was an Escalade thing, but I don't know. I think there was supposed to be a cover over it, but there is no cover on it. I do remember the one on my wife's Escalade had fallen off twice. I had to replace it. So this one may have fallen off at some point in its life. Tailgate's in great shape. I know there's a little ding and a little scratch right there. You can kind of see the little ding right there. Step pad is in nice shape. Got the button right behind here for the power lift gate, and then there's a button under here somewhere, yeah, for the rear glass opening and closing. Rear wiper on the back here. LED third brake light. I mean, it's just super clean. No rust, no corrosion. We'll open that all up in a little bit. See a little scuff right there. Again, just look at how nice and clear these lights are. The black piano trim on the, what's that, the A, B, C, D pillar. Got the chrome roof rails. They do have the cross sections, I believe, up there, if I can see. Power sunroof. Denali, I mean, it's pretty well loaded. Again, you can see the molded mud flaps in color. All the inside of the splash shields all look good. Again, tires good, not brand new, but definitely not needing replacement yet. Firestone, they're all, like I said, Destination. A little bit of corrosion again in the pockets, around the center bore of the hub, and then in these pockets here. But really a handsome wheel, a wheel you don't see often on these, because most of these came with that big chrome spokey 22 or 20-inch wheel. Not entirely sure if I remember. Again, no rust down in here. These dog legs, all rust on these trucks. Super clean. Look at how nice it is. Got a couple little chips, one guy right there, and then one guy right there on this door. Otherwise, that's it. I mean, this thing is of condition that I find my town cars in. These things were not meant to be this nice at this stage in their life. A few little stone chips, 1, 2, 3 in that fender there. Beautiful windshield. Little scratch right there. Oh, another wheel. And you can see the tread there. Firestone destination. Again, same as all the other wheels, just in the pockets. You can see a little bit of corrosion there. Just starting. Beautiful crystal clear headlight. GMC factory OEM headlights. Hood, great shape. A little chip right there. Let's see if we can shade it so we're not blaring in the sun. And I know there's like one little indentation right in the hood there. I want to say there might be one somewhere in here. Beautiful chrome grille. You got the GMC badging, fog lights, and then also the lower grille. And believe it or not, that's how these front plates are mounted from the bottom. I think it looks stupid, but better than being up here, I guess. The Escalades were down there like this. That's the GMT 900 body style. That's how they did it. Anyways, there she is, the outside. Let's get some shade, and I'll show you the inside of this absolute time capsule. I say time capsule like it's got 10,000 miles. This gem, this absolute gem. We'll go with that. All right, let's take a look on the inside of this big, beautiful beast of a family hauler. Now, the inside, another uncommon color, because most of these, I think these are the only two colors, was this kind of camel color, which I think they called it light cashmere, I want to say, with like cocoa on the top. And then black. Black was the most common color. So again, light color in one of these with kids and little booger monsters in the back seat, destroyed. Light color, not so much popular. That was more of a black interior to hide all the stains, hide all the boogers, hide all the fart stains. Oh, this wasn't built in Arlington. This was built in Janesville, Wisconsin. Trim tag there, but you can see all inside the door jamb here, how nice and clean it is. All the rockers, super nice, no bubbling, no blistering. All the weather stripping, all in fantastic condition all the way around. Heated seats, memory seats, beautiful wood trimming, power windows, locks, collapsible power mirrors. Uncommon that those even still work. Usually the gears get stripped out in those. Again, whoever had this truck loved it, cared for it, cherished it. Didn't even fill the cubbies up with all types of boogery things. Look at how nice the main captain's foot area is. Even the sill plate, very light scratching on the Denali badge. Maybe a little tear in the rubber here, but overall very, very nice. Side bolster, the seat not all split apart like they typically do. You have power up, down, tilt, recline, and then four-way lumbar. Very, very little bit of wear here. Again, 82,000 miles. I would say this thing is in phenomenal, phenomenal shape all the way throughout. All the stitching, everything looks great on this truck. These are, I believe, articulating headrests in these. Even the dashboard, steering wheel, wood trimmed wheel, the Denali emblem looks, you know, it's not all scuffed and scratched up and chipped like these typically are. I know, obviously I don't sell a lot of these. I've actually never sold one of these 900 platform trucks here at my shop, but in my previous life, I did run a used car lot, an independent used car lot for about 14 years, and we sold a lot of these. And it was real hard to find these trucks clean. Biggest thing that these are, and I should have, or this truck is, and I should have specified that at the beginning, is it does not have active fuel management. I know some people don't know what that is, but all you GM people who know these things, 07, if you got a 5.3 like a regular Yukon or Yukon XL, not the Denali, with the 5.3 V8, you'd get the active fuel management. They didn't come out with that in the 6.2s, which is what the Denali have. the 6.2s for these and the Escalades until 2010. So this is one of the ones that are spared from having cam issues, lifter issues. They all, with that active fuel management, have that issue. I mean, just Google. They're still having problems with it today. That's what's effed up about GM, is they're still having issues with it today. So here was one of my sister's issues, the bench in the back, which is nice because it gives you that extra seat. Come over here. You got a set of cup holders right there, little flip down armrest. It's nice to have the bench, but I get it. It does have a few options to get into, but look at how nice, like the Denali badging, and just not all boogered and snotted and kicked. And another crazy thing, these things, all of these break off. Look at any other one out there on the market. There's 3 of them. There's one here and there's 2 up on the dash. I bet at least one of them in whatever vehicle you look out for sale is broken off. None of them are broken. Heated rear seats, all the audio controls, the seat back pockets are nice and tight. So you can flip these seats, that's what I was about to say, in 2 different fashions. Manually, 1 and 2. Well, actually, there's a button here, same button up there, and you can, bam, I don't know why that thing just, whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, 1 push does it all. There you go. Look at how nice this thing is. Nobody has ever sat in that back seat. I can confidently say that. Got cup holders on both sides. I mean, but just look at how nice this thing is. Clean. And this isn't like Anthony scrubbed it and tried to rid it of its previous life. This is, Nana and Grandpa just didn't ever use it back there. Didn't ever put anybody back there. Probably didn't even have grandkids. If they even had grandkids, obviously they didn't let them ride back there, because this thing is just incredibly clean. 1 push. Look at how nice the back mat is. Again, this is nuts that this thing is this nice. Look at that. Perfect. Even under the mat, it's perfect. No big stains, no coffee stains, no grapefruit juice or, you know, fruit punch stains. It's just so clean. So clean. One thing it is missing, and I'm kind of bummed out that Nana didn't include this, even though I think they're kind of silly and useless, is that pull shade thing that kind of hooks in here. Those things always get taken out because I think they're useless too. Look inside, all the door jamb here, nice and clean. Inside the gate, you get the power button, but no rust, no corrosion. Inside all the pockets, you have a little outlet back here, a little tray, little storage compartment. I think the jack and everything is in there. I mean, even look at the threshold back here, how nice this is. Look at this, unbelievable. A few little minor scuffs, little ding there. Crazy, 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 crazy. Push. Power gate works perfect. And inside all the jams. So this truck, like I had started with, is unique in many ways. Color is unique, spec is unique. No active fuel management, mileage, prior ownership. I mean, this thing is, I keep wanting to say a diamond in the rough, but it's not rough. It's a gem. Yeah, I keep confusing the two. It's a gem that you mine and you look for and you dig and dig and dig and look for, and you finally found one, and here it is. Leave it to me. And again, this side has the same thing. You can push the button there. It doesn't collapse it down. You have to manually collapse it down, but it's pretty easy. You have the rear DVD. I think Panasonic makes these. Yep, Panasonic. Another crazy thing with the DVD I'm going to show you in that center console. Another thing you just don't find. Look at the carpet. Look at how nice this is. Just super nice. The leather, all really, really nice leather. All the door handles are in nice shape. Typical for this era that the door handles break, but none of them broken. Well, I did replace 2 of them. I replaced this one and that one. They were broken. But can be acquired very inexpensively. and they're not a super pain to do. Look at this, Denali. Just super nice. Even all the wood tone, even though it's plastic, all the door handles, nice, heated seats. Got that cocoa dash. Another common thing with these, dashboard cracks, either here or on that front part right there. No cracks, no lifting, no aftermarket. This is all OEM. Again, those northern vehicles, like I chime in with my Cadillacs, always nice to have those northern vehicles because they're in a cooler climate. They're not exposed to the heat, which cracks your dashboards. And these, look at how nice the wood is. So I was going to mention inside the console here, look at this. Brand new in the packages, rare DVD headphones in the AC Delco packages. And then even the remote. Never been out of the packages. It's crazy. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Look at how nice this leather is. A little bit of leather wear, you know, typical, but very, very nice. Power, yep. All the functions work there. Look at how mint that carpet is. No coffee stains, no greasy footprints, nothing. Nothing. Oh, man, nothing. All right, behind the wheel of the Yukon, and I like to show you what I got for books and keys. In this case, right now I only have one key and one original remote. I am going to get another set of keys made for this. This has the lock unlock feature, the factory remote start, the power lift gate. I'm not sure if my local locksmith can get this same remote. I'm going to try. Going to go there next week and do that, and then another key. I can tell this is the spare key because you can see how mint the fob is and the key. But unfortunately, this was the only key they got. They couldn't get the other key, so they said, I never believe new GM or new car stores when they say that. I used to deal with that all the time with getting spare keys. They get traded in and the porter takes one, they lose one, and you know that it came with two keys because grandma obviously cherishes thing. They got the other key, but oh no, they didn't have the other key when she turned it in, yada yada yada. So anyways, I do still have the original books, all that stuff. I mean, look at how these things don't look like they've ever been out of the, even came in the bag, which is crazy. What I don't understand is what this is. Command start, remote control car start. I mean, look at the Bonneville on the front of this thing. This is like Big Al Bike and Auto type Bonneville, and it's got to be from like the early 90s. I don't know why this would be in this, because it has a factory remote starter and it doesn't have any aftermarket doodads hiding underneath the dash. But got the books, got the bag. Mileage on this thing, 82,234 miles. I was the one who put the last 800 miles or so on it. Like I said, we went all the way up to Bangor, Maine to pick it up, drive it back, but then it became my demo as I was shaking it down for my sister. One thing that I know does not work on this truck, and it's been like that since I got it, is the rear parking sensor. So if you put it in reverse, you get a message that says service parking assist, and then the little light goes out. You try to shut it off or on, it doesn't do anything. If you clear that out, then it goes away, but you can see here, doesn't do anything. And when you back up, it doesn't make the beep, beep, beep. Never looked into fixing it, don't know what it is. There's 4 sensors. I'm sure there's a controller somewhere. Not as familiar with these, but another crazy thing with these trucks is you always see these climate control units with chipped away buttons. And that's because the ladies who drive these things with their big fancy nails chip, and then all the color is, well, look at how nice these are. And again, these little guys, all perfect. These always break off. They're very fragile, but obviously Nana and Papa took the best care of it. XM radio, you can tell on the XM stations. They got 70s on 7, Yacht Rock radio, 50s gold, Smoky Soul Town, 60s gold, and Fox News, all on the #1 presets for the XM radio, which still works. So kind of neat there. Your DVD input for the rear DVD, CD, I might be a changer, I'm not sure. Power adjustable foot pedals, traction control. This is for your heated wipers, but GM recalled that and disconnected it in a lot of these vehicles, and this one was one of them. They had issues with fires. Cup holders, I mean, look at how nice this is. A little bit of light scratching on this one here. I already showed you what's in there. Nice little console. Again, this isn't all beat up. Like usually you get elbow marks and it starts breaking apart. You know, look at how nice the stitching is. Got the OnStar mirror power. Oh, that's power tailgate. Open and close. That's to jump down those back seats like I had told you. We'll do. All right, Johnny, get out. Get out of here. So you can power those down. Then this is the sunroof, garage door. I mean, just look at how nice this is. Lighted vanities. It's a nice truck. Honestly, I should keep this for myself to replace Trusty Rusty. Because Trusty Rusty is gone, but I have already found a replacement for Trusty Rusty, which I haven't told many people about yet. Just look at how nice the leather wrapped wheel is. Super nice. All this, then like this brushed nickel finish, mint, mint, mint. I had already pointed out the Denali. Usually it just gets all dinged up and scratched up. Buttons are mint, everything is mint. Look at how nice this truck is. I'm gonna pop the hood. Got the big 6.2 under the hood here, and like I had said, this thing does not have active fuel management. So GM is still having issues today with their active fuel management. I see it on Facebook and all social media all the time. These brand new Escalades just shooting engines apart. The Suburban, same thing. You go out and spend almost $100,000 on a new Suburban. They got shit transmissions and they got shit engines. That's right, I said it. And any of you GM guys down in the comments can back me up on that. Now, clean under here, again, for a main truck. I'm going to bring it back to the shop, going to put it in the air. It does have its fair share. You can see of surface rust on some of the nuts and bolts, some of the fasteners, you know, a little bit here, but not excessive. You know, a little bit of surface rust on that. Looks like maybe a power steering line. You know, some of the hose clamps. Perfect? No, but very, very, very clean for a truck from Maine, and that's lived in Maine its entire life. I mean, just, again, very acceptable. Look at how nice and clean the coolant is. Nice and pink. Obviously well kept, well cared for. One thing I don't like about these trucks is that one piston, it works extra hard. So when you go, it's hard to close the hood. And that's how you get those little dings in the hood, because people push down on the hood like that and ding the hood. All right, let's take it for a spin now. Take it back to the shop and put it up in the air for you. Before we take it back, one thing I forgot to mention is I do have all 4 original floor mats here. You can see the rear ones, even the front ones are in really nice shape. A little bit of a heel mark on that driver's one, but overall, all floor mats are in great shape. They had little old lady floor mats on top of floor mats in this truck, just like I like to see with the Lincolns and Cadillacs I buy. Floor mats over floor mats. You can probably imagine what their living room looked like. They probably had plastic over the carpet runners, but that's how they keep vehicles like this nice. I did discard of the rubber floor mats, but those original floor mats are in beautiful shape. They did not have a rubber floor mat over the third row, like the cargo area, which blows me away how nice that cargo area is, because if anything, you would think that they're going to use the cargo area, you know, trips to Home Depot or whatever, but very, very nice back there as well. Like I said, I put about 800 miles on this truck. Runs beautifully, shifts beautifully, never had a hiccup, squeak, anything with this truck. I love driving these big full-size GM SUVs. I do prefer the 800 platform. That's what my trusty Rusty was, but she, like I said, she got replaced. I sent her down to Big Al's down in Florida to retire and be a parts truck for him. She got replaced by a GMT 900 Escalade, which I haven't debuted out on the channel yet, but I promise she's coming. Anyways, let's take this thing for a spin up the highway, and then we'll bring it back to the shop. But I mean, just nice, powerful 6.2. Again, this is basically like the Escalade of this vintage. The only difference with the Escalade is you would have got air-conditioned seats. Obviously, yeah, I think they had Magna Ride struts in the Escalade. These have like a level ride in the back. I don't think they're Magna Ride, although I shouldn't even speak because I'm not 100% sure. You can hear the pump go on in the back, so I know it has a level ride, like most of these trucks do. I know that thing's probably bugging out on the camera, but all right, let's, what do we got for a light here? So like I said, the only thing that I know does not work is the rear parking sensors. That's not supposed to work like that, or that is supposed to work. The only other thing that I do know that doesn't work, that is now not supposed to work, is that heated washer fluid system. Again, GM took that out. They put them in the DTSs, I think the Lucernes, and other GM vehicles around 06, 07, 08. And it was a cool system. It heated the washer fluid almost like a Keurig machine, like almost instantly. And it would spray the windshield. But I remember the company that did it had a recall on it. They were starting fires, and the company went bankrupt. So GM basically recalled them all and said, hey, bring your car back. It's going to catch on fire. But what they did was they took the system out and they gave the customer a $100 like credit. Like, I'm sure that option cost more than $100, and if I'd known that they were going to remove it, I would never have brought my vehicle in. I would have taken my chances, but oh well. Anyways, love the roar of the 6.2s in these. Looks like a sketchy transport there. All right, we're going to set the cruise. Cruise is set. Just drives down the road nice and straight, quiet, smooth. I mean, just everything works as it should. Everything drives, it feels like it should. Feels nice, tight. Seat feels comfortable. I like this truck. I really do. Anyways, let's go back to the shop, and we'll put it up on the lift. Show you the bottom side of this this Yukon, and then we'll come right back. All right, bottom side of the 2007 GMC Yukon. You can see here, pretty clean truck. Like I said, this truck lived in Maine its whole life. Typically, we'd see trucks like this of this age, like rotted to the death. This is extremely, extremely nice for a Maine truck. You can see light surface rust on the frame. Really, it's just in spots where a little bit of the coating has peeled off. But you know, all the AC lines and everything, all in nice shape. Even the spare tire, usually these all, the spare wheels get rusted out from sitting underneath these things. You have your air pump for the rear air shocks. We did do pads, rotors, all the way around, front and back. I mean, even the brake lines and everything, you can see here, all still got tags and stuff on them. Now, she does have some rust on the rear pumpkin cover, but the axle itself, the assembly is in nice shape. And it's nice to see that GM finally used coated brake lines, so you don't have to worry about that. You know, all the suspension components, trailing arms, typical for the rear axle and drive shafts on any car start to rust. But you see, pretty nice shape. All the outer rockers, these dog legs tend to rust on these. No blistering anywhere under here, no blistering in here, all in here, nice shape on both sides. Inner rockers are fantastic on both sides. And we'll come up to this side, show you the same thing. All nice, no blistering, no bubbling, all the way down. Is in great shape. Floors are all nice. Transfer case, ABS pump module there. Even the lines are all looking good there. It does have a replacement cat on this left bank. I don't know why. Previous owners had that done. New pads, rotors in the front as well. You get your axle shafts, all-wheel drive unit. Now just your light surface on the frame here. This comes type of splash pan or some type. All looks pretty good. New pads, rotors on this side as well. Again, all those AC lines and everything running down the side of the frame on those auto rockers all look good. Any questions about this truck? 978-930-1004. Let's get back to the video. There you have it. That's the bottom side of the Yukon. Any questions, you can give me a call, 978-930-1004. Like I just showed you in the undercarriage, we did all new brakes in this truck. Pads, rotors, all the way around. Whoa, the sun is a glare. Gee whiz. Pads, rotors, all the way around. Rear calipers, rear hoses, and then a second set of keys. Any questions? 978-930-1004. My name is Anthony. SpecialtyMotorcars.net is my website, located here in Pelham, New Hampshire. You can go over to my website, SpecialtyMotorcars.net, for all the still pictures of this truck. Price point on this one, gonna be $13,995. Don't let distance stop you from getting a dream car or truck like this in your driveway. 978-930-1004. Let me know what you think down in the comments of this truck. You just don't see these things this nice anymore, and I was happy to find it. I was excited for my sister, and then she dropped the bomb on me, but I found her an equivalent nice truck, Lincoln Navigator, similar year, with the setup that she wants, so that's what we went with. Anyways, 978-930-1004. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Hit that like button, comment, all that good stuff helps me grow my channel, believe it or not. Even just a thumbs up, that little button, thumbs up, helps me. A comment, hey, nice vehicle, or hey, Anthony, you look handsome today. Anything like that helps my channel grow, and I'm getting so close to that 100,000 mark. So appreciate you all for watching. We'll talk to you on the next one. Nice day for a convertible.